Hi and welcome to the cert-manager bi-weekly meeting. Today is Thursday, January 8th, 2026. As part of the CNCF, we follow the CNCF Code of Conduct, which basically means let's all be nice to each other. This meeting is being recorded and will be posted on YouTube. So if you prefer, turn off your camera. You can go into the agenda document that is in the meeting invitation and please help us take some notes. I don't think there is any newcomer, so I don't need to stop. Let's start with the announcements, which I haven't looked at. January. Do we have? Oh, wait. Yes, we have one. Who put in the upgraded SDKs to? Is it you? Wait, I cannot hear you. I think you're muted.
I think I put it as a placeholder, but yeah, I just wanted everyone to know that we did upgrade everything to 135.
Well, sorry, what is 135?
Kubernetes 135 and all the SDKs to 0.35.
Oh, one. Okay,
Yeah.
wrong account. Yeah, thanks for this. Were you the one doing the upgrades?
Me and Erik mostly. Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you, Erik. Thank you, Hemant.
There's still a remaining issue with the Gateway API. So I've been continuing the work upstream. There seems to be some changes in the generated listers and informers, which makes our tests fail if we didn't disable the client, what the client go list watch feature gate, which is now enabled by default in 135. But it's now merged in Gateway API, so I will try to upgrade to a pseudo version of Gateway API to see if I can fix all the fix miss, which was added at the time.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to mention the feature gate is only disabled for the tests, not in production code.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't take any notes, but guess it's okay. Uh, I can see a lot of things coming from Hemant, so I guess I can hand over to Hemant and let Hemant talk.
Yeah. Let me just share my screen. Entire screen. I guess. Can you guys see my screen?
Oh, I can see my face.
Yeah. How about now?
I can see my face.
Oh, I think I shared the wrong thing then. Uh, this is annoying. Okay. Think
Oh,
I got
excellent.
it
Yeah,
right.
the agenda, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the first thing is I think something I brought up before too. I just wanted a review on this. I know Eric reviewed it a bit, but yeah, I would love to. I see Ash added something. I don't.
Literally just now.
Yeah.
I a few little bits like on comments and some tests and things, but
Okay.
that nothing huge.
Okay. Okay. So I'll take a look at this then. Thank you, Ash, for reviewing it.
No worries.
So that's an easy one. The other thing was, I don't know if we should do it at the end. Mael, what do you think? The ex-listener set one.
Uh, I think it's going to take a few minutes. It's not going to take a long time.
Okay, okay.
So if you want to do it now, it's fine.
Mhm. Yeah, so I did start working on this, and for the most part, I'm almost halfway through, I think, or 75% through. I did create a controller for it and followed the design where we take precedence for the listener set annotation as opposed to the gateway annotation. If there is a gateway annotation, then we just use that annotation instead of if there's no listener set annotation. And then I was just adding the CRD check and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, Mael, like, what did I had a query where like, should it be a different controller or should it be part of the existing gateway controller?
What do you mean by control? Do you mean like a like uh do you mean the way we turn on and off controllers? Do you mean
No, I mean like,
like
the way I wrote it right now, I created a new controller called listener set, uh, which
oh Adam is sorry
Mhm.
Adam?
I was muted. I've forgotten how to zoom in my holiday. Um, the secret gets put back into the listener set, doesn't it? It's very similar to other objects we deal with in that it loops over things inside the listener set config, and the secret gets added to the listener set config. So in that case, would we use the same ingress shim as we do everywhere else, where we just make it understand what a listener set is, or an ex-listener set is, and persist it back?
Oh,
Yeah,
So
I
interesting.
that,
think that's what I did. So I just
yeah,
added another object here called this along with the ingress object. So it's in that way it's similar to ingress shim.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's another. Yeah, okay, that would
that's
make
how I
sense.
expect it to be implemented, because then we can use the same controller logic, and all we're doing is we're splitting out how, and it would also get the all the annotations for free that you have with
Mhm.
Ingress.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to validate that approach if I was on the right track. But okay, that helps. Uh,
You know, may yeah,
mhm.
sorry, I haven't looked, and I guess I would have given a better. Um, I would have helped a bit better if I had looked. But regarding that, there is one concern that I got from the CyberArk maintainers,
Mhm.
and then from myself. It's that I promised the Gateway API folks that we
Mhm.
would make this into whatever the next release is, whenever it is, which is February,
Mhm.
which isn't in a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I told you is it would be great if we didn't miss this deadline. And we can push the release to
Mhm.
later if needed, but if uh, I guess, and you said that you have reasons to have this in, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Explain
we
it.
are basically redesigning our platform with like the gateway stuff and the cert stuff. So we kind of push that redesign to wait for this. So that's one of the reasons I started working on this was to make sure that I can somehow push this and work on it myself. So yeah, yeah, I definitely align with the timelines for sure.
Okay, so I think I'm all in, and I'm really glad you're liking my design.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The design did help in like actually getting me started.
And whatever you need, let's
Mhm.
have regular check-ins. I can do that, and if you feel blocked or anything,
Mhm.
we can sort things out.
Yep, yep,
Um,
sure. That sounds.
and thanks for picking this up.
Yeah, thank you
It
for the
means
design.
I won't have to do anything. Sorry, it doesn't mean I won't have to do anything. It means I will have less things to do.
You should review, Mael.
I can review. It seems Adam also has some ideas.
I have ideas but no time. This is the problem.
Oh, give me the ideas. I'll take the time. Okay, great. We have a plan.
All right. Yeah, yeah. I'll keep checking on with you,
Yeah, yeah.
Mael, about this. Um,
Thanks.
Other than that, there was a PR which I was reviewing, which I don't know which one is it, 8370. Yeah, so this PR mostly looks fine to me. It basically adds network policies for, I think, CA injector and one of the cert-manager controllers. I think it just merges two policies into one file. Uh, I just wanted to make sure that we didn't miss any default ports that needs to be allowed, which I think these are the default ports. But yeah, if someone could take a look at it and see if he missed any of the ports that I am not aware about,
Can
I can paste the link.
could anyone on this call be the one taking a look? I don't know much
Mhm.
about this, so network policy. Okay, looks like I'm going to be the one. 8370 is the
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look.
All right, thank you, Mael. The last one on my agenda, I don't know if this is already open. Yeah, it looks like it's already open. Yeah, so I think we talked about this briefly in, I think, the last one or the one before that. I still am not clear what this issue is about. Uh, so, does anyone have any idea? I think like they did post uh, some clarifications about this issue after we triaged it the first time.
Oh, I haven't looked, but
Mhm.
let's see.
I think from what I understood, basically they were saying that for like in the I think this is cluster issue. Yeah, they need to add like uh, parent refs for all the gateways, and their ask was that if it's a cluster issuer, it already has uh, annotations on the gateway anyway. So why can't we just add automatically, and why do people need to configure it manually? I think that's
That is fair. That is understandable. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the ask, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't misunderstand anything.
Seems like two people are now asking for this.
Yeah,
Nine thumbs ups. That seems like a high,
yeah. Oh yeah, I
and it
did.
has been created like less than 6 months ago.
Yeah.
High counts of thumbs ups. Uh, I can also take a look at this.
Hmm.
I I cannot. I don't understand the issue yet,
Hmm.
or entire. Like I don't fully understand it.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, it's fine. I mean, yeah,
Ash
that's
is frowning, so I don't know if it means that he's onto something.
Mhm.
No.
It means I'm trying to understand. There's
Oh,
so many
okay.
layers of things that I'm working through to get to the point where I even know what he's talking about. I think I'm getting a picture, but I, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. It might be something we could take a look at because it's like a high thumbs up thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. At the very least, let's triage this.
Yeah, yep, that makes sense. All right, that's all from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Now it's 18 minutes into the meeting. We have a ton of time, unless anyone else has something to talk about. But
I just want
yeah, go ahead.
I just want to talk a little bit about the graduating the server-side apply feature gate. I spent most of the holidays trying to dig deeper into this problem. We merged one change a couple of days ago. Tim approved it. That was replacing some code which was doing serialization of the resource before performing an apply patch. We replaced it with using apply configuration, so that's done. I would just wanted to discuss the next step. Adam was there in the stand-up where we discussed this. I think the problem now is that for challenges, we have a shared update function, which at the end of the sync operation, it syncs the finalizers and the status of the challenge within the same function. So what I'm proposing there is to make the updates on the finalizer a separate thing using a patch, which means that the functional code will change slightly. If the finalizers needs to be updated, we will patch the finalizers, then read the updated resources after applying the patch, and then continue with the sync operation, which will update the status.
I think it's much cleaner than a server-side apply. If we're just changing finalizers, just using a patch operation seems very clean.
But there's also a subtle difference because right now everything in this area is implemented with defer, which means that the shared update is performed at the end of the function, regardless on where the function was actually returning. We have some early returns.
I do remember complaining about this. Defer, like a patch.
Yeah, I think it's dirty anyway, because the error handling is kind of hidden inside the defer. So I would suggest to actually patch the finalizer when we know the finalizer should be patched, and then continue with the sync logic. And the goal at the end, whenever everything is done, you update the status with whatever was the result of the sync functional code. So what do you think?
I'm all for it.
Wait,
maybe I didn't fully understand, but it sounds fine.
I don't understand. You're patching the finalizer, which is in the body, the main object.
Yeah.
Doesn't it reconcile?
It doesn't reconcile because it's done in the same. It's actually two operations. One update of the main resource, which updates the finalizer, and then one request on the status sub-resource, which updates the status on the challenge.
Oh, I thought in my brain it would be doing two different reconciliations of the object. Sorry. It would trigger two reconciliations.
Yeah, but here it's actually in the same function, which is called sync.
Yeah,
so I would try to do that. That will probably unblock some of the server-side apply feature gate test issues. Because when we use a patch, you don't set a field manager, which means that you will not get to one of the things that are not working as it should in the fake client. The fake client has a very simple field tracker, which cannot distinguish a manager which is updating both the status and the main resource. They will actually be tracked as one thing. And that, I think it's the reason for all the tests failing, because we're using the fake client, and some of the tests are updating both the finalizers, which is part of the main resource, and the status sub-resource.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will fix the finalizers in a separate PR first to make one thing at a time. But I still have a goal of graduating this feature gate at least this year.
Tim is raising his hand.
I was wondering for the finalizer. So, Are you planning to patch it using a server-side apply patch or using a JSON patch?
No, I was thinking about doing a JSON patch with a test operation on the resource version to ensure that we update the resource which has not been modified by anyone else.
Yeah, which is a regular old.
Is the finalizer, is that owned by a separate field owner?
I think it's the same field owner. We don't use Acme in our normal cluster, so I haven't verified, but it should be easy to verify. Just see if look at the managed fields in a cluster where you test challenges.
But if it's that like a separate, maybe we can make it a separate field owner. It shouldn't be too hard to drop it with server-side apply too, right?
Yeah.
What
That might be something I want to look into and ensure that is worth the efforts, or yeah.
my question would be, if we're just messing with finalizers, what is the benefit of creating a special field owner just to make it so we use server-side apply? Is there any benefit to using server-side apply to just managing the finalizer?
In the long run, it will be simpler because you can use apply configuration, which is kind of telling what finalizers you as an actor want to be there. But with a patch, we need to be more imperative, say add finalizers or remove finalizer. But it's a subtle difference. It's not much of a difference.
Yeah, I think things probably very similar. I agree.
Yeah. But there are tons of problems here about migrating existing resources. I don't think this is a big problem for the challenge resource in particular, but for other resources, we should think more about this upgrading resources from client-side apply to server-side apply, which we have been using in Trust Manager, if you remember, Tim.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, because if we don't do that, we will have a lot of problems with things being left in the resource because they don't have the correct owner, so they're not removed when you do a server-side apply request.
But most Acme stuff should be pretty temporary, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we say in the release notes, don't upgrade cert-manager as long as you have like an outstanding Acme certificate, or remove all the old Acme certificate after you upgrade, something like that. Or like not certificate but challenges and so on.
But long term, we will also update the status on more long-lived resources like issuer and cluster issuer certificate and things like that. So something we have to think about.
Yeah, and so I remember. So the big challenge there is that the field manager might be different. No, wait. So yeah, so if we do an update, it will be owned by a field manager with the updates type. And if we apply, it will be owned by a field manager with the apply type. So we'll never actually be able to drop any of the fields that were set by an update command.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so it's mostly about deleting fields, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe we already have a problem like this, right? Because when we think for example about the conditions, when you have like the issuing conditions set, something like that, or some condition sets that might just stay there. Not sure if we've solved this, or is this still a problem?
It's still a problem. It's actually a comment in the code by Josh, I think, who wrote that comment back in the days.
Okay, yeah. I think you showed that there is some Kubernetes tooling now around this to migrate client-side apply to server-side apply. Yeah.
Yep. We just have to put the code in the correct place, because this tooling is based on performing JSON patches, which works pretty nicely.
Yeah, so that would be we can include that behind the feature gates. Then enable feature gates by default, and then when it goes to GA, we can drop those migrations maybe.
Yeah. But I will hope to get some help in this work, because it's first goal is to get the test to pass, and then we can actually start looking at the code which we need in order to graduate it.
Feel free to ping me for reviews. That's
Cool,
the best thing I
thanks.
can say.
Yeah. Enough about
Okay.
that. If there were any other comments.
I have something which I've been sort of stewing on for a bit. So we have a test suite internally at CyberArk that installs everything, like all of the cert-manager and all the sub-projects and everything. It's been flaking out a lot for various reasons, but one of the major flakes that has been happening recently that certainly Mael's experienced is that the Helm install of, say, approve a policy will complete and it's not actually ready yet to serve requests, which would mean that if you attempt to create a certificate request policy straight afterwards, it will fail, and our test suite did not like that. Obviously, it would be nice if there was a way for someone to say, do this Helm install and don't consider the component to be installed until it's actually usable, which I think is doable. One way of doing that seems almost too dumb to work, but I don't see why it wouldn't work, is to just do what we do for cert-manager and add a startup API check job for trust manager and approver policy as the things that have webhooks that does a dry run like the cert-manager one does, and that gives the option to wait. If you run Helm with the -- wait, it won't wait for the job, but it does also have -- wait for jobs. So it gives us the option to say, like, wait until the check is finished and then proceed, sort of thing. That's one idea for it. There's probably other ways of doing it. Does anyone have any thoughts on this, or any experience of how it's been touched in other projects, maybe?
I think
Do we have health checks on the webhook server? Is that included in the health check of the pod?
I would suspect that I haven't dug into it much. I don't think the health check's doing like a great deal of stuff to actually confirm that things are ready. I also don't know if it can.
Why wouldn't we do this actually? Seems like the simplest approach.
Do the health
I
checks,
think
right, sir?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think we
like
should start with the health checks. At least with
yeah,
controller
yeah.
runtime, it's very simple to add a health check, which includes the webhook endpoint.
So why did we do the startup API check in cert-manager instead of doing the health check thing?
This is the kind of discussion that I was hoping to spark. I don't remember.
And the second thing is, why is it a different container when it could be just a one, it's just running cert-manager with a different flag or something?
So
But that's a
interesting.
very different question. Yeah, sorry.
So I don't know if it's adding to this conversation. There is a PR open to add health probes for Cert Manager. So they add readiness and liveness probes for CA injector, and I think readiness probe for Cert Manager. There is a PR open for that. Tim.
Oh, it's 8375.
Yeah. Yep.
Is okay, yeah.
So the reason we have a startup API check is because the check actually verifies that we can, that we can create a like a certificate resource, certificate request resource. And by checking that, we also check that the validating webhook works. And by checking that, we check that the API server can contact the webhook and trust its certificates. So those are all the things that we check by running the tests. Just having a health check won't actually verify all those things. Like it won't, for example, verify that the CA certificate was injected in the validating webhook configuration.
Yeah, that's what what you mean is that's what startup API check is doing.
Yeah, so that's what it's doing on top of what a simple health check would do. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It seems
It's like yeah, okay. I think I understand.
it seems
Well,
like
having said that, oh sorry, go
I
ahead.
was going to say the current approver policy health check that's exposed is just the controller runtime started checker, so it'll return true as soon as it's started, I guess. It's not checking anything beyond that.
I agree with Tim here. I mean, if you want to ensure that everything is working as it should, it's good to have a more deeper check like the startup API check is. But here we're talking about a situation where you assume that everything is working as it should. There's no network issue and there's things are named. There's not a bug in the code. The problem here is just that the webhook, you try to add a resource which is trying to invoke the webhook before the webhook server is available. I would assume that is the problem here.
Well, it's yes, like so we have an ordering, so like Trust Manager depends on approver policy, and um, the issue is that because we're doing this only with Helm and the signals that Helm gives us, approver policy will be marked as finished by Helm, and then we start installing Trust Manager straight away, which creates the certificate request policy and causes the problem.
Yep. I mean, I could take a shot at adding the webhook server health check to approver policy. Approver policy is using controller runtime, so it's code that I'm quite familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an open issue for this, or?
I don't think I've raised one. I have I've mostly just been chewing on this in my head for now, but I can certainly raise one if.
Yeah, it's just a short one, and then we can try this as a first round, which I think we should have anyway, like a health check, which is checking whatever we can check on the local pod itself.
For sure, yeah. I've put a link into chat to where at least the current insufficient health check is added.
Are you talking about like a readiness probe, Erik, or what kind of health check?
Yeah.
Okay, so readiness probe. Okay, yeah.
So how would these work? Adam, sorry, go ahead.
As I say, if we do move on from just a readiness probe on the webhook itself and do want an actual job, it may make sense to break out the startup check from cert-manager into a library or a component, like because if all it's doing is dry running against a resource, you could pretty much make that a container where you feed it a config map saying, please try and apply this dry run and block until you do.
Yeah,
I do
certainly.
agree.
Right, we at the very least we would use it in Trust Manager, Approval Policy, and Cert Manager, right? So there's a starting user base there.
Yeah.
I'm liking the direction of this, so I will create an issue for it. Erik, you said you're going to play around with it in Approver Policy with what we can do with the readiness probe. Maybe beyond that, we need to be looking at the startup API check. Probably there's some value there anyway. But we'll start with the see how far health checks get us, and then we'll go from there. Like that sounds really positive to me.
Yeah.
It's also been good to like I think probably what I always want is actually dash dash wait for jobs in Helm. Like, I'd not really internalized that until I started digging into this. Like, I kind of don't want our install process for our tests internally to proceed if the cert-manager startup API check hasn't finished. I think there's probably just an underlying race condition there that always happens to finish before anything else gets cracking. But it feels like we're not waiting enough in that scenario.
But I think it's a good requirement to require that when Helm wait says that the thing is ready, it's actually you can add some custom resources right afterwards. And I've seen that we have quite a few issues in that area because users are creating umbrella charts with dependencies and stuff, and
Yeah,
they
makes
get
sense.
into a lot of problems.
Yeah, I this seems like a worthwhile thing to work on. So we'll start an approval policy and then see where we go. I will create the issue. I might not create it until Monday at this point because I'm braving the snowstorms to travel up to Scotland this weekend and I won't be in tomorrow.
Cool.
Excellent.
Sweet.
That is good progress. And now we can move on to what Mladen prepared. He prepared a list of 5 things, 5 tickets that we can go through. Hopefully, everybody had time to look at them. Oh, Erik is nodding. That's a good sign. Is it okay if I share my screen and we get started? Yes. Okay. So first one is, oh, that's a quick one. Uh, oh, maybe it's not a good, yeah, it's a trust manager one, and I guess Erik, you already looked at it. It's a PR for fixing this one. For some
Just
reason,
briefly.
yeah, briefly. I didn't find anything uh, controversial. It seems like somehow somehow Trust Manager adds non-CA certificates to the bundles, and seems like seems to be an issue for some people.
I think the main
Okay,
question here is whether this should be a feature in the API, which has been suggested here by the contributor, or whether it should be controller setting or flag. This is a discussion we have had multiple times in other areas.
yeah, I guess you already raised this question.
Yeah.
Uh,
It'd also be a breaking change.
because but they propose to add it as a something like a flag.
It's an opt-in.
Oh yeah, it'd have to be
Yeah,
an
an
It
opt-in
should
option.
be
thing.
an opt-in. It shouldn't be a breaking change, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Can you remind me, Mladen, what am I doing when we triage these? Is it to know what's the next step on each of these tickets?
Ideally, yes. I think I picked this one up from Slack. Like it was a recent issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, just wanted to get it some attention. But I guess Erik is on top of it.
Yeah, but I would like some opinions about this. I mean, I can certainly review it, but I'm not sure which direction to take here. Maybe
Are
Ash
you
has
talking
some,
about the implementation or are you talking about
yeah,
the
implementation.
okay.
I I
So
I can't imagine of a reason why someone would want to have one bundle that excludes CA certs and one that doesn't.
Yeah,
To me, that points like to that suggests we shouldn't clutter the API with this and we should just have a flag.
yeah.
But I feel like someone could easily pop up and provide that justification, but my gut says just have the flag if we want to have this.
So
yeah,
you're
Like,
in line with me, basically.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I can't really see a reason not to do that, and it yeah, it feels like cluttering the API is a worse thing than having a potentially redundant flag in the future. I think it's
Uh,
fine.
I agree, it should be a flag. To play devil's advocate to your statement of like I can't see one or the other. Large multi-tenant clusters do exist, so I can see like one team wanting this feature and breaking another team when it's rolled out by if it's rolled out by a flag. But equally,
I agree. Once we get the migration to cluster bundle done and can introduce the new bundle as a namespace resource, it could make more sense.
I don't know what to say here. Erik, are you okay adding a comment, summarizing what we just talked about? Because I don't know. Don't want
Yeah,
to say rubbish.
I'm not sure, but since he has already made this PR, which is proposing to change the API, I'm a bit tempted to just review it and accept it instead of turning all his work upside down.
Okay. Ash, Adam, okay with that? Oh,
any
that's a
work I don't
yes.
have to do is good work.
I don't feel strongly. Amazing.
Okay.
Excellent. We have. Okay, great. Erik, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I will try to review this one because he's a nice guy, this Ukrainian. He's been contributing a lot to Trust Manager.
Excellent. Oh, second one is something that would need reproducing, I think.
This sounded very niche, and the user described a situation that they got themselves in, like a bug that they wrote themselves, and suggests improvements for cert-manager so that that bug doesn't ever happen again. But I'm not sure if this is a valid request and if it's a valid concern.
So I read the issue, but I don't know exactly at which point. Uh, I guess yeah, I haven't really read it. I haven't comprehended it. So I don't know. It seems like a nice bug to investigate. I think it's a bug. Although it should never happen, but it happened.
Reconcile loops in general is something that I usually prioritize on the controllers that I work on.
What do you mean?
This seems like a problem with a reconcile loop. When something
Oh yeah.
happens, it goes in an endless loop, which is very annoying.
Yeah. I mean we never want this.
No.
I guess we never imagined this edge case would happen.
So yeah, this
Yeah,
this is
since
this is kind of why I brought this up. Is it something we wanna guard against, or are we happy to let people kill their clusters?
It's like a loaded framing of it. I feel like we
Yeah,
should
that was a
ideally
bit, yeah.
this shouldn't happen. I think I don't even know if there's any value to retrying like this feels like it should just be a kill the attempt fully thing without trying to create a new certificate request because this is like the server's being insane and there's nothing you can do if the server's insane. But
Yeah.
that's solutionizing. I think it's certainly not a massively high priority thing, but definitely worthwhile to investigate and fix if we can.
Okay.
Will this retry with a backoff or not?
That would be also worthwhile. Like if it does have a back off that grows exponentially, then it seems fine to keep the current behavior. But
I think that is the desired behavior from my point of view,
yeah,
because not retrying if there's a mismatch between the certificate and the key could be disastrous.
Yeah. Mm.
So I think the best thing here is to see to ask if it appears like it's trying constantly as fast as it can to renew, or whether it's protected by a backoff.
I think it's a runaway thing, infinite loop, so
Yeah,
which is bad.
millions. So there's definitely not a backoff here.
Yeah, there's absolutely no backoff.
No, so I think the goal here should to see if we can add a backoff to this retry mechanism.
I've set it to good first issue because I think it's a good first issue. It's the kind of bug I wish I had found early. I mean, I found a good bug to start with
Yeah,
years ago, but this one is a good one.
I agree with you, because I think we have contributors in the community which will consider this as a very good issue to work on.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
bone to bite.
yeah.
Uh, okay, great. Next one, cross namespace secret reference.
I think
Which
I answered this, I think. But you can please verify that what I wrote was correct and a
Oh,
comment.
you already took a look. Oh, if you did, then maybe we can skip this if you already took a look. Unless you
Yeah.
want us to review this now.
I mean, it's fine. Like the person's probably gonna come back to me and says, "No, what you're saying is absolutely incorrect." But I think it's correct.
Oh, I would have to read this in order to understand it. Uh, let's wait for the response and come back to this next week.
Yeah, yeah, works.
Excellent. Oh, have you set? Yeah, let's do this because you don't know if it's a problem yet. Next one, HTTP01 challenge. Oh, another Acme one? I haven't read this. Has anyone read this issue? We have two people having an issue. Uh, I don't understand the problem. Sorry.
Is it that this is wait, hang on, it's Acme does not receive the expected response. I thought it was cert-manager not receiving the expected response.
Waiting for HTTP01 challenge propagation. Is that the check we do before finalizing? Like before asking the server to solve the challenge?
It looks I'm not sure at what point
Uh,
of the life cycle exactly this is, but
yeah, I think it is. And I have no idea. I would have. What I can do for this one, I can ask a follow-up question because this is not enough.
Mm, right.
400. Oh, might be some, I don't know, proxy, whatever, something. Uh, okay, I'll take a note. And for this one, the last one,
there is something. Sorry about that last one.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
found the affected code, and there is a log message before it that's logged at debug level. Um, but I feel like it's probably an error. Like maybe we could look at the error messaging around this stuff, because if we're getting the wrong status code, that seems to me like an error, right? Like,
Yeah, no, do you mean that we're not showing the body or anything else? We're just showing this, just
well,
the status code.
in this case, um, the actual log line doesn't include any information that would be helpful in debugging it. It just says what code we got. But
Okay.
there is something to be said about looking at it while we're in the area. I'll post a link to the code itself.
How do I see this?
Chat.
Chat. Where is the chat? Oh. Okay, that is not very helpful.
We're get so this error is in response to us trying to connect to the HTTP/01 solver to do a reachability check. Something's returning a 400. It seems like maybe if we have a response body, we could return that
Yeah.
in
And
the logs.
I'll that is bad. I wish we had that already
Yeah, I'm
because
trying to
at
think.
this point I have no idea.
See, I think that security report that we got earlier to the mailing list is making me think like, but what if an attacker controls this endpoint and then they'll print the metadata endpoint or something like that. But like you have to be careful printing out the body in case there is anything sensitive in it. But
Or
yeah,
okay, let's think about the this risk. But still,
yeah,
like
for
just
sure
putting
we could
out
be more
the
helpful.
first few bytes would be helpful. I guess like you would see some HTML or something. Oh, that's not the page I wanted.
Do
There's
we have a
some, I don't know, something.
trace level log?
Yeah, that there is. I want to say it's like V7 or something, but like something high is will dump out all kinds of information. So that might be the
You
place to
mean
put
the
it.
HTTP, like at the HTTP level?
Yeah, there is a
But
way to
I
bump up the
don't think
logging,
this
right?
one. Are you sure this client does this? I would have to check.
It may or may not. Like
I
but
would have
it's
to look.
I think that the point is that this might be trace information is not a bad one. The URL comes from the challenge itself. So I guess if a malicious actor is able to create challenge resources, then they could force cert-managers to make a request to um to a given endpoint and but then in that case we would get an HTTP 200 if it was like the metadata endpoint. I don't need to do the security review now, but I
No,
suppose we're
we
saying that
can, yeah, we
challenge
can think
creating a
about
challenge
this.
is something that we is a privileged thing as well.
Yeah. It. By the way, Mladen, this is. I think you are talking about a report. Someone who reported a vulnerability, or someone who sent an email to the security list, and Ash responded to it. And that's what I guess you're referring to.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, it's it's it for anyone watching this on YouTube. It doesn't look like it's actually a vulnerability. Don't worry about it. If it
No, no,
is,
no,
you'll
it's
hear
not. It's not.
about
It's a very
it.
well-known thing, and I've personally talked about this many times regarding
Yeah,
the Vault issuer.
yeah. We should probably document better that our back is needs to be correct. That's a different thing. I'm afraid I'm going to have to drop, but
Oh,
thank you all for your help with all this.
Yep.
See you later.
Thank you,
thank you,
Ash.
Ash. Okay,
Bye.
last one, and we're done. Very quick. Seems like a feature request.
Yes,
Seems like a big ask.
indeed.
So what do we have involved currently? How can we authenticate? We can authenticate with Kubernetes, OIDC, JRuT, certificate, a client certificate, and not these. Not
I
these.
I would support this.
I like the disclaimer though.
Yeah.
Oh, it was approved. Good to know. I would like curate it or rewritten or something. Uh,
So
yeah.
my first question about this would be, would there be like, hundreds of people queuing up to use this? Because as you said, it's a meaty task.
Yeah.
I wonder why these people haven't shown up yet. Why it's the first time I see this.
A good question. Is it the first time we see this? I didn't really actually search for like keywords that would.
Oh,
I think it's probably better if we even separate this out to each cloud on its own issue instead of one large issue.
Probably.
Yeah.
when has sorry, the AWS, GCP, and Azure authentications, are they new to Vault? Seems like
They're not new. They've been around for a while. Essentially, I believe the way it works is you get a token through, of AWS at least, you get a token through IRSA, then you sign a who am I request to AWS, but don't send it. Now that request is valid for 15 minutes. You send it to Vault, who then send it because you've pre-signed the request. Amazon comes back saying you are this because it's a pre-signed request, and that's how you prove your identity. And because it's a pre-signed request that just says who am I, there's no way of like using that for privilege escalate. It's um that's
oh, who am I? Oh, this is who you are. Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah, okay,
We already have code in cert-manager for AWS at least that lets you specify a Surface account and will issue a JWT for it, which is used for our current IRSA Route 53 stuff. Um, you can already specify a Surface account and it will use IRSA against the token you specify. But yeah, you'd need to then pre-sign it and send it off to Vault and whatnot.
ah. This is the kind of work that I wish would happen in a different project if we had a separate issuer.
Well,
Yeah,
Well,
but it won't because Vault is in the cert-manager code base.
well, we are working on moving it out, but
Oh, you talk about Vault.
hmm.
Oh, then maybe is it, what's the state of this new project? When you
Hemant,
said we, do you mean you
I,
or
I,
who is
I,
it?
I would say Hemant in particular,
Ah,
but
Yeah, I
Adam and me
started
have been,
working on it, and then yeah, the ex-listener set thing was a higher priority, so I got distracted. But yeah, I would
Yeah,
love to get back to it once I'm done with this. Yeah, it's something we definitely, at least if we merge Vault, there is a reference to like migrate other issuers too. So that, I guess, yeah, it's something that I really want to get done.
hmm,
uh,
long term or no,
yeah,
priority
long term is
backlog.
something. Where is long term?
It was there.
Importance?
Important long term, I guess.
No.
I
Backlog
I
is fine.
don't. If it's important, then I would see many thumbs ups. But it's
Yeah,
it's very new, right? Just 3 weeks old.
yeah.
he will have to wait at least 5 years to get this.
To get 30
Oh,
upvotes.
unless he wants to step up and do it.
By which time there might be some other auth method.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything here would be completely useless. Uh, okay, good.
cool.
All right.
We're done with this, and we're over time, 3 minutes.
Thanks,
Are
Mladen, for
we?
preparing this. I
Oh
really like
yeah.
when you prepare these meetings.
Thank you.
I will put
I just went
small.
through the issues on the first page, and I kind of tried to select ones that we could discuss. Do you think there's a better way than arbitrarily selecting some issues? Like, should we try and hit some old ones or upvoted ones?
Uh, I would say at the very least, randomly is great.
Sorry?
Like what you did is great. If we don't do this, it's worse. If we just do the first few items that come up when we what you did is great. If it
Okay.
would be even better if it was somehow I don't know, maybe the ones you like or the ones that have the most thumbs ups.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't think it needs to be a specific rule.
we can try this one next time, like the most popular ones.
Yeah, most popular ones would be a nice one.
But they also
Probably
seem
would,
to have
yeah.
a lot of comments, so a bit more controversial as well. We're not gonna be probably not gonna be able to go through as many, maybe two, three tops, because there's just a lot of content to digest in them as well.
Yeah, probably one or two that are a bit beefy or
Mm.
controversial. Let's say one controversial and then others that are uh yeah, this list was pretty good. I liked it.
Cool.
So who is going to prepare this list for next week?
Whoever is the open source
Oh, it's
responsible,
not going to be you?
I don't mind doing it.
I mean, yeah, let's see who does it. Sorry, Erik, you
Just
wanted to say something.
I really don't
No,
mind doing it.
no.
Just make sure to give me a little bump on like Tuesday to get it
Okay.
out as early as possible.
Yeah, nothing. Oh, I guess we're done.
Yep.
We're done. Then I want to say something. I got my talk accepted for KubeCon, so I
Oh,
won't
why
need a
didn't
free
you
talk.
say that in an announcement?
No,
This is
because
great news.
it's a talk with a Kyverno maintainer
Oh,
on
it
the
doesn't matter.
KuvernoCon.
Doesn't matter. One of the maintainers of cert-manager goes to KubeCon.
I'm happy.
Talks to KubeCon. That's an announcement.
Yeah.
Great. Was anyone from our team doing a talk?
We have one in on the maintainer track. Tim submitted.
Tim,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
has it been accepted? No,
I don't
it's
think
not yet.
it's not yet fully reviewed
Mm,
well, the decision is not done yet.
yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
We
That
don't
means
know
someone
yet.
else can use the tickets we eventually get for the country
Oh,
fest.
that is great. That is. How many spots do we have? Five, I think we have five spots. At most, five people are getting free tickets. That's one extra seats.
Wait, do you
Hmm.
mean from CNCF or from like
Uh,
how does that
yeah.
work?
So what happens is no, sorry, Richard submitted a contrib fest session, and it's not really a presentation, so you don't really have anything to prepare. And you have at most five people who can go to this, and you get free tickets for
Okay.
these five people.
And the idea for this Contrib Fest is sort of to expose more people to cert-manager,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
code
And
something,
by the
kind of
way,
like recruit maintainers type of thing.
Contributors at least. And it was great
Contribute.
fun the
Yeah.
last time we did it in
yeah, it
London.
worked really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way,
Cool.
Mladen, you could be one of these five people.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be maintainers. Last
Okay.
time we had Peter,
Yeah, that'd be great.
and Peter was fantastic. So anyone who, yeah. So five seats, five free tickets.
Hmm.
I will
That's
probably be
how much
there
money
even
is
if
that?
I'm not listed as a speaker because I really love to be at the country fest. It was a nice 2 hours, I think, something.
Yeah, it was really good.
Hmm.
And you
What is
can
it
really
actually?
talk to
What is
these
it
people.
actually like? It's like you book a big room and you.
It's
Yeah,
it's typically a bigger room, and in London we had like round tables, so there was the were coming to the session was spread on different tables. So we had a quick introduction around cert-manager and how you contribute, and presented some of the issues that Peter had curated together with the rest of us. And then they started working. You're supposed to bring a laptop, so they sit there and work, and we just run around and try to help wherever it's needed.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of PRs open and some bugs fixed. And
Wow.
Ali, for example, and some other people kept coming back afterward.
Oh, that's great. So why don't we do it every year then?
I think we're trying to now. I mean, we did it last year, and we're
Oh, it
planning
was
it this
this
year.
is about
So
last year. I
I
see, I
think
see.
we didn't do it previously because Erik didn't tell you that it was great.
Ah,
Because
Erik.
I think Erik, you're the one who knows the best. Because I've never tried this at
well,
KubeCon.
I went to buy the last time we were in Amsterdam. I went to a content fest for Crossplane because we were investigating Crossplane. I wanted to get to know it a bit better, and I just loved it. I mean, I had the best session on that KubeCon in Amsterdam.
I hope
So
that other people felt the same for cert-manager.
I hope
uh,
they approve it, right? We're still waiting on approval.
Oh, it's going to be approved. Don't worry. Don't worry.
yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
so. Think
I did
so.
not do
We
Gone Too Fast. I gate crashed for the photo.
Sorry, what? You said gate trash?
Gate crashed. Turned up anyway. I wasn't in the sessions, but you were all wrapping up and taking ages to wrap up. So I just wandered up to where it was, and you were taking a photo, so I joined in.
Sick.
yeah,
Yeah, I would
we got
love.
we got good feedback on the session from the contributors. I've talked to several of them afterwards. When Tim and I had the talk on the same KubeCon, some of them were there too, and they came up to us and talked to us. So it was welcome.
Cool. Yeah, sounds great.
Mm.
Hope I get to be there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
me
love
too.
to
I
do
hope.
it in the